by saying congratulations on this album. Ever since they sent it to me to listen to, I've been listening to it non-stop, so congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed the album. Thank you. It means the world that people actually like what we do and listen to it.
Oh, definitely. You have got so many fans here in Australia. It's not funny. I announced on social media that I was interviewing you tonight, and so many people wrote in and said, you have to ask this or you have to ask that.
What? That's crazy.
So Emma, tell us a little bit about this album. When you first started out with the album, what was the band hoping to achieve with this album? And did you feel any pressure because of how well the last album did?
I don't think we thought of it like that. Like you mean the Feberdrum album?
Yeah, yep.
I don't think we thought about it that it did well. It didn't feel like it because we had a tour in Europe planned, and of course COVID came a knocking, so it was cancelled. So there was you didn't feel it to be, oh, this is a giant success. It's just an album. So no, I don't think we felt any pressure. We seldom do. We just write music that comes naturally to us.
So tell us a little bit about that. What inspires you to write? Is it nature? Is it the world around you? What actually gets you to sit down and start working on a song?
Personally, I think I guess I'm trying to channel some inner chaos at times. But also, yeah, of course, you get inspired by nature, and if you read a good book, that can inspire you, and of course, things that are happening in the world. Not always sunny business, so it varies a lot for me, and I think it varies a lot for everyone in the band as well, what gets us going to create.
You mentioned COVID and the pandemic before, and that brought everything to a grinding halt for you. Tell us a little bit about that time, because that time you guys were off the road, but at the same time, Nuclear Blast noticed you, and that happened. So tell us a little bit about what you were all doing during that time when the world was in lockdown.
Some of us had a baby, and some of us were working from home. Others were working not from home. But mostly we started to write new songs when we released the Feberdrum album, the last album. We started to write new songs for this album. So yeah, we were writing, and it was crazy that we got an email from Nuclear Blast. How did it happen? I don't know. We were lucky to do one streamed show when we released the Feberdrum. So we did a stream concert in front of an empty hall with only, the camera guys and the sound guys and us. And it was a strange feeling, but it was very good because it allowed people from all around the world to watch our live show, even though it was streamed.
Yeah. So Nuclear Blast actually contacted you through email, is that right?
Yeah. I got a call from Jimmy. He was like, hello, we have got the email. And I was like, all right. So I went to one of my day jobs and I quit.
Yeah, I just wondered because, like, here in Australia, some of the big labels used to do the phone call, or they would turn up at a live show. But with the email, were you expecting it? Did it just come completely out of the blue?
No, I don't think you don't expect anything. When you create music, and we have all been involved in different bands and projects before, and you're used to having your closest friends and family listening to what you do and, care. Not anyone else. Yeah. So this whole experience is kind of new to all of us, that we have a lot of people who actually listen to what we do, and are interested. But yeah, it came as a surprise when they sent us the email, definitely. And the strange thing was that around this time we got other offers as well, suddenly, which we obviously didn't take because we signed with Nuclear Blast. But yeah, that was a new experience.
Yeah.
But they've been very good to us on Nuclear Blast, because you're sort of afraid that when you have a band and you have I guess you have some sort of sound, you're a bit nervous that a big record label is going to come in and poke in your art and your process and have opinions how we should sound and what we should wear and what the artwork should look like. But they haven't done any of that. They've been completely supportive, and it's still the five of us who writes the music and have the last say around anything, everything. Yeah.
Talking about the sound of the band, you have such a unique sound, and I think that's something that sets you apart from so many other bands that are out there. Tell us a little bit about how that sound has evolved over the years for you all.
I guess it just happens when the five of us are writing music together, because every song is written with everyone, and we come from different musical backgrounds and we have different musical preferences. So I guess that we bring something unique to the table, every one of us, and then it sort of just becomes what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's the recording process like? Like you said, you all bring something to the table when you sit down and start recording a new track. Is there a lot of experimentation that goes on in the studio?
Some, of course. There's always a good amount of improvisation. Like everything isn't written in stone when we enter the studio. But when we write songs, we also sort of produce them at the same time, and we have an idea how it should be. When you come into the rehearsal pit with a riff or something, you don't know where it's going because someone else is going to take the song in a different direction, and that to me is very, it's a bit frightening at times, but it's also very exciting. So, did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you seemed very surprised before when I said that people right around the world have fallen in love with your music. Is that something that's been hard to sit with you, that like people here in Australia are eagerly anticipating this album and things like that? Has that been something that's been difficult for you to accept?
That to me it's insane, you know. But it makes me so happy. We're very, very lucky to be in a genre where people actually listen to a whole album. There is a lot of music that is just like one song in 3 minutes, and you're supposed to bring it on the 3 minutes that you have. But in this genre, people actually listen to like a 7-minute long song and an entire album, and that is hopeful. I like it that people still listen to music in that way, and we're so humbled and so lucky to have people listening to what we do and actually enjoying it. That's so great.
Yeah, we're about 10 days away now from the album coming out. How do you feel? Are you excited that the album is going to be out there for your fans to listen to, or do you still get a little bit nervous when you've got a new release coming out?
That's a good question. This album was recorded, we've been sitting on it for a while, so that might take the nervousness out a bit. But yeah, you know, I really hope that people will enjoy it and appreciate it. So, of course, a little bit nervous, yeah.
So what are the plans now for the band when the album comes out? I know that you've got the festival season coming up. Are you looking to get out there and do some more shows now that everything is open back up again?
We really look forward to this because we haven't played outside of Scandinavia yet, I believe. So we're going out in May with Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats and Blood Ceremony. And that's something we really look forward to, every one of us in the band. We'll be playing Desert Fest in London and Berlin, and also the Alcatraz Festival in Belgium. And we, of course, enjoy to play live shows again. We enjoy it so much to be able to stand in front of an audience.
Your band picks me to be the kind of band that'll also be inspired by what's around you as well. Do you expect that you'll be inspired to write while you're on the road and traveling around?
I think this varies for everyone in the band. We have completely different process. For me, I collect words and sounds. So in a way, you're constantly writing. So I guess so for me, yeah. But I'm not sure we will finish new songs or anything. We'll see what will happen. But hopefully we will be super inspired and write more music.
Definitely. Now, the big question, because so many people in Australia are falling in love with your music, would you like to come to Australia one day and do a tour?
Of course. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I also like to snorkel a lot. I don't get to do it very much because I live in Sweden and it's cold.
Yep.
But I really enjoy snorkeling, so yeah, that would be amazing to come to you and play shows, and maybe someone can take us out snorkeling.
Yeah, well, we've got one of the best snorkeling spots in the world with the Great Barrier Reef, so that's somewhere that you would definitely love to go, I think.
It's very inspiring, I think, to be underwater and be weightless. It's almost like being in space.
Yeah.
And you never know what kind of creature you're gonna meet. I like that very much.
Definitely. Well, Emma, I know we are running out of time very, very quickly, so I guess to finish up, what would you like to say to people out there who are about to take a listen to this magnificent album in about 10 days' time?
I really hope that you will enjoy the album, of course. And thank you for listening to us, and thank you for taking an interest in our band. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.